Hello my beauties, how's everyone doing? If you are new here, my name is Zonaza and I welcome you to my channel Life with Zonaza. Here we talk all things feminine beauty, makeup, lifestyle and life in general. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button to become part of this fast growing family. If you are a returning beauty, welcome back. On today's video, I'm sharing with you my feminine journey, also sharing some tips of things that I did, that I continue to do, that have helped me to achieve this for myself, to improve the quality of my life, and just the way that I view the world in general. First of all, let us all understand and accept that femininity is not a religion. It's nothing like that. There is no God that you must enchant, to become in touch with. No, this is just you becoming softer, feminine, genuine, kind, caring, nurturing, beautiful as you are meant to be. Despite all these things that we have experienced that have caused us to become hardcore, closed up, angry, bitter, and saying nasty things to ourselves and others outside as a way to cope, or just being unkept, acting like we don't love ourselves, or actually not loving ourselves for being women. So this is all about coming back to self, coming back into owning your beauty, owning your body, owning your physical capabilities, your emotional intelligence, your emotional being, just the person that you're meant to be as a woman. You are meant to be soft, you are meant to be nurturing. Those are all the things that I believe femininity is about. And done right, these have a great impact on how you live, how you dress, how you carry yourself, the people that you attract into your life. And we want all the good things, even though sometimes we may act like we don't. We deserve all these good things, and we can only get them when we believe that we deserve them. So I'm going to share my personal journey and give you tips in point form of what helped and what I continue to do, how I'm doing this. Some of these will be out of my own experiences and out of my observations and learning on this subject matter. So let's start with the hard part. Okay, this was the hardest part for me. I feel it is the reason for many of my issues that I experienced and the things that I continue to battle with even today. That first one is acknowledging past trauma that may have caused you to be hardcore. I want us to start with the inside. Those past traumas have a way of manifesting themselves in the way that we view the world, what we deserve, what we can aspire to, how to dress, how to speak, how to present ourselves altogether. Retracing all these traumas, you will find that you have been bruised this whole time, and a lot of things that you are doing or saying are out of a place of being bruised. You are bleeding basically, but you do not care to admit it because you're trying to be strong, you're trying to be hardcore, which are all masculine traits really. As a feminine woman, it is really good to be soft, to feel. It's your traits, it's within you as a woman. Women feel. Generally in society, that women will cry and men won't cry. It is in our nature to feel things. And when we don't feel or allow ourselves to get to that place of feeling, it will manifest itself in a way in different parts of our lives. So owning up to that past trauma and recognizing it and feeling all the feelings that we need to feel about it is the first step to being soft again. For me, I had to trace back, and it went as far back as the relationship or the lack thereof I had with my father. I understand now that that was literally the first heartache I ever experienced. Not even like in the area of boys or whatever, but the one most disappointing time in my life when I look back is when we had gone to look for him, me and my sisters, and he flat out rejected us. He said, I'm coming, I'll see you, no, and we went out drinking with his friends. That was in 1998. I was 10 years old, and I decided right at that moment that I never want to see this man again. So immediately at that moment, that heartache, that is a wound in my heart. And then I whisked through all my life thinking that I'm fine, thinking that this anger is justified. Yes, justified, because he did reject me, but it does not justify me living a life of bleeding all over the place, bleeding in my relationships, in my friendships, anyway, really, wherever. I am just living a trail of blood because I'm hurting. Also, the failed relationships, really, that had an impact. I remember at some stage I even was like, hey, nah, I'll never even get married, I don't believe in that. That was out of disappointments, really. Now that I'm able to see and acknowledge, because it would be one failed relationship, smallanyana break, or not even a break in between, another failed relationship. What is happening? I'm trying to be strong, I'm trying to act like a man, because a lot of men, we know men can jump from one relationship to the next without feeling anything. So owning up to the past traumas with the intention of healing is one of the steps you can take into becoming a soft and more feminine woman. Feel those feels, my honey. Goa if you really must, but you must come back. You know, I always say that. Now to go on to the next point. This one is really easy. Don't worry, we are done with the hard part. On this one, I want to advise you on something that I personally did that is helping me every single day. Setting a standard for myself. A standard on everything. Setting boundaries and having a clear line of what I want to do for myself. All these boundaries are starting with myself. Set standards for yourself. Tell yourself that no matter how tough things get, I will not go to bed without bathing. That way you are being soft. We are created to be naturally more inclined into cleanliness, softness, purity, hygiene. That's one. Standard of the way you dress, the way you present yourself to the world. A standard that I'm not leaving the house with a bonnet on my head. I know this is a topic of major debate on social media. I'm making an example. That for me is one of the things that I've set as my own personal standard. That I'm never gonna do it. I'm never gonna be seen with a pink gown going to buy something at my local store. Not gonna do that. I don't care. It doesn't have anything to do with black people. It's my own personal standard. Make sure to set this standard for yourself and not expect it on other people. Do not impose it on other people. Just have those limits that you say, this, I'll never be caught in that situation. These are small things that will actually contribute into you being more in touch with yourself, being in control, and maintaining and preserving that image that you are building around yourself. These standards will include things like conversations. There are conversations that I will never be caught dead in. I'm not going to argue on the internet. In fact, I'm not into arguing about any and everything. We agree, that's fine. You disagree, that is also fine. That is my standard. I'm never going to be seen arguing. I used to do this a lot when I was still a feminist. You know, whenever I see something that I felt a man was saying on my social media, whether it's a friend or whatever, or like I'm seeing it on Media 24, I'll take them on. I will argue until the kettle come home. I decided to set a standard for myself on this one, that I'll never be caught dead arguing there. I'm going to maintain that level. Yoguti, I'm not taking part in this conversation. It is beneath me. I'm not taking part. Maintaining those things and, you know, continuing on with them for yourself will help you feel more in touch, more in control, and feminine. Femininity for me is also about being in control. As women, we just love taking charge. So taking charge of how you look, how you behave, how you speak, and where you are being in charge, and that will make you feel more confident and more feminine. The next one for me that helps me become more feminine is preserving myself. Preserve yourself, really. Do not avail yourself for things that will drop you, that will devalue you. Do not overdrink. Do not sleep around. Do not take part in gossip. Those things will drop how you feel about yourself. They will leave you feeling worthless. Men, again, masculine energy is very different from feminine energy. I've had a lot of conversations where women will say, oh no, I can sleep with whoever and wake up the following day and I'll be fine. Continue on that. Ultimately, it's gonna catch up. There's nothing nice about it. This is a very different opinion to hold. A lot of people feel strongly that they can do it, but I'm talking about what will differentiate you from a man. I'm talking about amping up your feminine energy, whether you feel it's right or it's wrong, but I'm talking about things here that I know will help you feel better. I know it from myself. Taking back ownership of my body helped me feel strong and in control. Be celibate if you must. You know, just do something, be in control, preserve yourself, preserve your body, preserve your emotions. Don't be easily accessible for boo. Just do not be easily accessible for conversations that will drain you. You know, preserve yourself, guard yourself. Do not go to all places that people go only so that you can be seen there. Preserve yourself, maintain yourself, and yes, protect your peace. This one is be open to being loved. Be open to being cared for. Be open to seeing someone attracted to you, even if maybe you are not attracted back, but try and not be offended. On my side with this one, I really would get so angry when men are showing interest in me or maybe like just hitting on me. If it is someone that I'm not interested in, I hated it. But when I look back, that should not be a problem. I must be open to being admired. I must be open to being seen, to being complimented. That's not something to be angry over. I know a lot of ladies are like this. Take it as a compliment, accept it. Just be open to, you know, being attractive. Accept it. You are beautiful. You will obviously attract people. And it's actually nice when you take it nicely. You feel like, okay, so I still got it. I still got it. I'm still beautiful. I'm still attracting. You guys, yeah, I burned myself last week with a steam iron, so don't mind that. So yes, be open to being taken care of. Be open to accepting it when someone is opening a door for you, when someone is offering to pick something up for you from the higher shelves and all that. Be open to those things without any ulterior expectations or ulterior motives. Those sweet little gestures are nice and they will make you feel more feminine, more softer, you know. This next one is a big favorite of mine. I found myself my favorite shade of lipstick. Yes, something as small as lipstick really does help you feel more feminine. I'm not even gonna get in on the full face situation. We all know that I love makeup and I've loved it for a long time. But one of the things that makes me feel more feminine is particularly lipstick. You know, I'm not even gonna go in on the shade. I'm not gonna say red because a lot of people do like red, but that's not the standard for everyone. Even on myself, I don't like red lipstick, so I won't mislead you to say this and that. For me, my nude lipsticks make me feel so good, so beautiful, and you know, just look at it, just look. This wouldn't have been the same for me if I had put on a red lipstick or a pink lipstick or a purple lipstick or whatever. So I highly recommend finding your most favorite shade of lipstick that you will sashay around in and feel like the queen that you are. Another one is plant little sweet pockets of feminine items in your living space, in your car, anyway, in your desk, at your office. These small things remind you, even in the toughest of times, to be soft. I'll make an example for you. First, this is my notebook. There, follow your heart. This little baby, I could have gotten a notebook in any color, and this is the pen for it. But I chose to go for something that is distinctly feminine without being over the top, pink glitter, all that. If pink glitter is what you like, go for it. But I highly recommend planting this small, even this is my pillow. I share the house with a man, obviously, with a boy, with two boys, blah, blah. but I maintain having those small touches of my softness, small touches of femininity. Even small things like your phone pouch or your key holder, just these small little things that will remind you that I am a woman, I am feminine, I am soft. And I'm trying to make this as practical as possible. Keep those little pockets of femininity. Have, you know, that sweet scent that reminds you that you are a woman and you are soft, you are blooming. And believe in it. Believe in that permeating smell of your femininity. Enjoy it. Own it. This next one is amongst one of my favorites that I will never stop doing. Having a clear, intentional self-care routine. It can be a weekly thing, can be a bi-weekly thing or a monthly thing, but having that intentional moment where you are all about taking care of yourself. This helps you get in touch and connected with your body more. You know, having that moment where you are just doing your face, you know, massaging your face, putting on that mask. You have all that time to yourself, connecting with yourself, detached from your husband, your boyfriend, your colleagues, or whoever that are male, that are just dominant in your space. You go back to owning you, owning your femininity. Take those long baths, soak in it, do your feet, go get your nails done. That self-care routine is really good. I make sure to do that. Sometimes when I feel like, oh, I'm so hardcore, I've just been running around from one appointment to the next, from work with the kids and all that, I just take a moment to take care of myself. Also, that self-care routine, there are things that you can do daily that will include you washing your face. Make sure to take that time. Every single day, you take the time to do smaller routine and take the time for the longer routine. You can't just leave by just washing your face and rushing and running somewhere, sis. Self-care is really important to being more feminine, more softer, more more attractive, even more attractive. It's good to be attractive. It's great to be attractive. Life is nicer and easier for people that are attractive, who are putting in the effort to be attractive. It rarely happens that you can crawl out of bed and you are attractive. It really happens, and I'm happy that it doesn't happen, that we are all at an advantage. We are all in a position where we can all now be attractive. You know, wake up, put in that effort for yourself. This next point is one of my favorite things, really, that I discovered. I realized that I think mostly around the area after I had just had my son. I had my son at 22, my first son, and that was a very disappointing stage in my life. I felt I was too young to have a child at the time, but I quickly got to accept that I got a beautiful human out of it. But the body that I received afterwards, I struggled to connect with the curves that I developed. I developed a big bum at the time, which came back again after the twins. But I was so ashamed of this. I felt like, oh, this is just too much. Whatever I wear, it becomes sexy, and you know, I was uncomfortable. Though I would try, but I would not be owning it, I'll be honest now. But I want to advise you to really enjoy all the curves that you have. It can be any area of your body, really. Just be happy with the body that you have as a woman. It might not necessarily be a bum for you. It can be your boobs. It can be your boobs or whatever that is distinctly woman. When you love your body, it shows. It shows in the way you carry yourself. It shows in your body language. You know, maintain it. Love on that body. For me, accepting that I have my big breasts, I have my bum, I have my jiggly tummy now, it's all okay. I'm embracing it because all of it is indicative of my being a female. It makes me more feminine to embrace all these. Speaking of body, now we're talking about your body language. Your body language will tell if you feel feminine enough. Now, to improve on this, you can watch even videos here on YouTube. You can learn and try and practice. because all of these things will require some work from you. It's not something that you can just switch on and switch off. It is practical. It is in how you do it every single day and become better and better at it. I personally I don't recall a stage where I had issues with my body language and, you know, stature. But I'm more intentional now to be more open and welcoming. Even if I'm walking in public, I'm just there. I'm just present. If you greet me, I'm gonna greet back with a smile on my face. Though in the past I would have a problem with men greeting me. Don't ask me how and why, but I would just feel like, what's his problem? Like, you know, stop. Why would you do that when you are a woman, when you are feminine, when your feminine energy is attracting masculine energy? I mean, come on, don't do that. Have that body language that is welcoming, that you have your stature, your posture. It exudes feminine energy. Another one is to really watch your relationships with other women. How are you relating to other women? Do you find that women can make great friends? Because sometimes women will say, oh, I can never be friends with women. Women are snakes. You know, embrace the relationships that you stand to make with girls. Be open to having girlfriends or just interacting with other women. Even at work, you will find women proudly saying that they prefer working with men. Try and change that. Again, maybe you can just retrace that trauma. Where did it come from? What's in wako? Girl, get over it. You know, work on having great relationships with women. Surround yourself with other women. Surround yourself with women. It will help to rub off all that energy, feminine energy, you know, even in your speech, even in the way you carry yourself. When you are surrounded by many women, you are most likely to act like a woman. Obviously, these are going to be women of good character. You do not want any bad traits rubbing off on yourself. If really you don't have, with the pandemic as well now, you don't have people literally close to you, content that you consume must be of soft women, you know, nice, beautiful women such as this one you are watching. You know, associate yourself with that. Don't have that mindset that says, I can't be friends with women. Women will gossip. There's lots of great women out there. Associate yourself with them. Love them. Be open to making friends. As women, we are built to have this natural desire to nurture, to raise, to give life to something. Now, sometimes when you do not feed that hunger, you may lose that sense of femininity. Now, to boost it, give yourself something to nurture. Some of us already have kids, some are expecting, all that, planning on having kids. So that's naturally where you will feed that desire to nurture. But besides that, buy yourself a plant, a beautiful plant or a pet, you know, love and take care of it. All that energy that you have to give life, to nurture, will help you to actually become more feminine, because you are living now within what you are created to do, within this internal desire. Water your plants, or you have your pets that you will be feeding. If you ever wondered why the old lady in the movies is the cat lady, she is fulfilling that desire that we have of nurturing as a woman. So use that and use it to fulfill yourself, to make you more softer, to make you more feminine. If you feel like a pet is a lot, I definitely highly recommend a plant. For myself, this nurturing energy, I always exude it on my kids. So even when it was just me and Milani, when I feel like I've become so hardcore, I would be extra with taking care of him, cuddle with him, make him my baby. Now he no longer wants to cuddle with me. But at least I have the twins, so I'm cuddling those ones, and it's just been great. It makes me feel so feminine to be able to do that, to be able to give life, to be able to feed, to be able to, you know, embrace, to love, to cuddle. It's so sweet. Onto the way you dress. Make sure to have soft fabrics that will remind you of your being soft of your femininity. Also, make sure that you have all these colors that arouse your feminine energy, your soft pinks, your lilacs, you know, all these colors that awaken your softness, that speak to your softness. Of course, you will want to spice things up with some passionate reds here and there, but just, you know, just be open to these blooming, soft, feminine colors. For this particular stage, when you are starting out on your journey, I highly recommend just running away from anything that is dark and dull. You know, just be intentional with going with the lighter hues. If you feel like the bright colors are just a lot for you, try white, try soft beige, and gradually grow into the lighter colors, because you are soft, you are feminine, you are not shy about this. Start to own it, start having the world see it. Enjoy, embrace your feminine hues. Perfect example of this is the, you know, soft dresses that I like, the soft slip dress, slip skirts that I like. Those will definitely make you feel more feminine. I'm not a huge fan of band-aid dresses, all those tight little dresses on myself, but for you, honey, those will make you feel soft and feminine. Soft scents will make you feel soft and feminine, so you definitely want those as part of your feminine efforts. This one is one I struggle with the most, that I have to be very intentional about even today, and I know for sure that till the day I die I will have to be intentional with this. Decluttering my spaces. Declutter that handbag, hun. Declutter it. You'll feel softer when you are clutter free. In your car, keep that car fresh and clean. Your wardrobe, which I must fix now after this as well, make sure that your closet is nice and neat. You will feel more feminine when you have all that prettiness, freshness, clear and clutter-free space. In the area of relationships, I had to retrace my ways. Along the way, I had to unlearn a lot of things. It is good to know that you do not chase, you attract. As a woman, once you carry that energy and that knowledge with yourself, you will automatically become softer, more beautiful, more attractive. As a woman, you are not the one to be chasing a man. Keep yourself beautiful, keep yourself busy with the things that you like, but do not make that first move. Do not be chasing. It is okay to flirt, but to actually go out there and hunt and chase, don't do that. Once you do it and get rejected, you will feel it. You will feel, because it's not our place to begin with. I don't care how long you have to wait, but sis, I highly recommend that you wait. As a soft, feminine woman, you do not chase, you attract. Say it with me. I do not chase, I attract. Let's say it one more time. I do not chase, I attract. Treating myself as though I'm going on a date. Do you know how serious we become about looking good when you're preparing to go see a man? Live your life as though you are going to see a man. If when you're going out to see a man or you're going out on a date, you make sure to shave, you make sure to put on your best weave. Do that for yourself. Do everything that you can think of that you normally would do when you have an appointment to see a guy. Do all those things every single day. Start treating yourself as that feminine woman that you always want to reflect as to a man, because when you're going out on a date, you want to come across as confident, you want to come across as clean, as well kept, you want to speak well, you want to come across as confident. So you want to do all those things intentionally as though you are doing them to attract a man, even though you may not necessarily be doing them to attract a man. That is you living out your most feminine life. Because of time, we have to wrap it here for today. Please let me know if you would like for us to have a second or a third edition of this, because there's plenty of ways that you can become more feminine and softer. I hope I will see you on my next video. Please make sure to hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. comment, and share. I will see you on my next video.